Hello. This is the Smile Revolution, and I am Princess Wow, also known as, I have a lot of AKAs, Mindy Fradkin, also known as, I have a new name too, but I'm mainly staying with Princess Wow, Lady Penelope. I used to be called Miss Hollywood. I used to live in LA too. I'm in New York. And let's see, what else? The Mad Hattress. I make these hats, and I've done a lot of shows over the years with my hats. So hence, two writers in New York City started calling me the Mad Hattress years ago. But Princess Wow came along over the years. I got the name Wow first, and then a theater director started calling me Wow because I walk into a room with all these outrageous costumes and hats that I made, and then I used to say wow all the time. And so I got that name. And so anyway, the name was given to me and then a writer friend of mine who was writing for the New York Times years ago. I was calling myself Miss Wow as a nickname. And then she said, "You're not Miss Wow, you're Princess Wow." So that name resonated with me. And so that's how this unfolded, this name. And the Smile Revolution, we raise awareness to the healing power of a genuine smile. Started in 2005. The last time my dad gave me a smile before he passed on. That smile changed my life for the better. And that year, I almost didn't make it after he passed on for many reasons. But I was on the radio a lot in Woodstock, New York. And Christmas week, 05, the idea came to me actually after the smile. Actually, I was doing my one-woman show with my hats for an independent film in Manhattan. And as I was leaving the hospital in Florida, my dad gave me a big smile. I came back, I did this show, and I was interviewed, and what came to me was, we need a smile revolution in the world. So that's how this all started. And then I launched it on the radio, Christmas week 05 in Woodstock radio. And my whole life changed for the better because I went from being very self-involved to how can I help the world smile more? And I started a blog in 2006, I had my own radio show. I've done 2 Smile concerts, one with Pete Seeger, the folk legend, with my ex-husband, my husband, Roland Musa. And so we have a Smile album together. And so I'm going to sing one of the songs from our album, The Smile Revolution, a short version. So here goes. I walked into a cafe, smiled at my friends. They all smiled, and I realized I passed it on to them. The people who saw us smiled at our friends. They all smiled, and I realized I passed it on to them. Yes, a simple smile will do. Round the world and back to you. It's called the Smile Revolution that goes round and back to you. So smile, 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 a simple smile will do. Smile, 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 it comes back to you. So don't forget to smile. So this show started, I was actually developing a TV show years ago after I finished my radio show. And I was developing this TV show, and I went, anyway, so it ended up, nothing worked out with the TV show at the time. And I ended up writing a one-woman show about being an ageless wonder, which I toured in LA and New York City. And won awards for that and everything. Well, anyway, what happened was during the pandemic, the first week of lockdown, I was racked with fear like most people. And my friend Abby Scher said, "Why don't you do an uplifting Facebook Live?" And I said, okay. And I've done them occasionally. So I did a show like the first week, mid-March, and I did a show every day. And I had all this research from doing my radio show and the Smile songs. I had my costumes, everything ready to go, the hats. So I just started performing every day that week. And then my friend Lori Towers, who's been helping me as a publicist during this, she said, "Why don't you just do 3 days a week?" So I did 3 days a week for months. Then I went to 2 times a week. So I've been doing twice a week for months now. And this is my 90th show. So Happy New Year to everybody. And I know it's a really difficult New Year, but as I say on my show all the time, there's always good going on no matter what. And you can still smile if you focus on the good and be grateful for all the good that is always going on, even if it's something small. If you have a roof over your head, hopefully, or you have food on the table, hopefully. I know millions of people do not know where their next meal is coming from. And actually, what I want to do is put this banner up about feedingamerica.org, because millions of people really don't know where their next meal is coming from. And it's been hard for everybody in different ways, of course, but everybody has different challenges. And so I'm really grateful that I've been able to do this show and to help some people smile. And it's helping me. It's been helping me so much. And I just wanted to go over Richard Skipper, who's an acclaimed entertainer and amazing person and wonderful friend. He's been doing his own show since lockdown, Richard Skipper Celebrates, which is a wonderful interview show. And he's my co-host today, and I'm really grateful. I'll bring him on a little bit, but I have some other things to do and share with you before he comes on. And I want to go over my top 10 segments of the year. Richard Barone, acclaimed musician, producer, and author, triple threat, one of my very dear friends who I met through Pete Seeger and Roland Musa, sent me for Thanksgiving a 1-minute video that was like the coolest 1 minute in rock and roll history. And he sent me another video today, so you're going to see that next. Okay, Thanksgiving show was a highlight. Richard Skipper, Guy Davis, Antonia Casper, Charles Barron, and Valerie David. They're all actors and musicians. Some are musicians and actors. Were on as my guests. And then my Christmas show with Valerie David, and who is my co-host, with Diana Varco, Charles Barron, Daniel Barrett, and Stpehen Kalinich. He wrote a song with Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys that we played their Christmas video, which is great. And I've been doing cooking. If you've never seen my show, I'm just kind of going over an overview. Cooking and baking shows I've been doing. I love to cook and bake. I'm more of a baker, but I like to cook too. So it's really creative and it's relaxing. And I've been baking a lot of bread. I think a lot of people have been, right, in the lockdown and pandemic this year. I found an easy way to bake bread. Okay, and I've been doing in my closet, because people like my clothes. I have like fun stuff I've been collecting for years, mostly vintage. And so I've been doing in my closet shows, dance parties. I'm doing a dance party today because usually on Fridays I do dance parties, not all, with my hat shows, with Princess Smiles, who you're going to meet today. And then my mini Mindy dolls I introduced. Laura Molitor wrote a song for my album called Smile With Me, which I sang a lot. And my cat Tiggy. A lot of people ask, where's Tiggy? Well, Tiggy makes appearances occasionally. And I've been doing a lot of uplifting quotes, smile quotes, and I have all these amazing books that are very inspiring that I've been reading from during this time. So my next segment is, we're going to go now into, let me see who's making comments here. Okay, let's see. Richard, thrilled to be here. Oh, thanks, Richard. I'm thrilled that you're here. And Lori Towers, Happy New Year. Okay, so let's see. Now my next segment is, I'm still learning my new program. I was working for like 7 months with my phone, doing this show on my phone, and now I'm on a new program. Okay, so let me go into now Richard Barone sent me this. Okay, here we go.
Hey, Mindy, I want to wish you and all your listeners a Happy New Year. 'Cause we all shine on like the moon and the stars and the sun. Yeah, we all shine on. Everyone, come on. Happy New Year.
That was great. Thanks, Richard. That was wonderful. Okay, now I'm going to play Richard Barone's, my favorite song. I love all the songs, but one of my favorite songs that goes with the Smile Revolution is called Glow. And he did this music video with Pete Kennedy of the Kennedys, him and his wife, Maura, have a great band duet. And Denny Bonet and Candy John Carr. Candy John Carr played with Donovan. And so here's Glow.
Wherever you go, with all that you feel, with all that you know. sun that's so high, soon setting low. Darkness will come, the darkness will go. When you let your feelings flow, everything glows. Glows. Lights beginning to show, even the stars, they never lose hope. Nothing is new, nothing gets old. Vibrating strings, vibrating souls. When you let the darkness go, everything glows. When you let the darkness go, everything glows. You're not alone, you're not alone. You are the glow, you are the glow, you are the glow. You're not alone, you're not alone, you're not alone. You glow wherever you go, with all that you are, with all that you know. Sun's setting high, sun's setting low. Darkness will come, darkness will go. When you let your feelings flow, everything goes. When you let the darkness go, everything glows. When you let your feelings flow, everything glows. You glow, you glow, you glow, you
Okay, great. I hope you enjoy that. I love that video, and I love him. And he's worked with he's very close with Donovan, and been working with Donovan for years. And if you don't know, I don't know what generation you're from, but Donovan was huge in the 60s and 70s, and Catch the Wind and Mellow Yellow, and he's got so many hits. If you've never heard of him, you should definitely check him out on YouTube, Donovan. And anyway, so Richard works with him, and Richard knows everybody in the entertainment business and has worked with so many people, and he's a wonderful person too as well. So my next segment is my co-host, Richard Skipper, is coming on in a moment. And I'm so happy to have him today. As I said, Richard's an amazing inspiration to so many people, and he helps so many people. He has an interview show, Richard Skipper Celebrates. It's on Facebook and YouTube. He's been doing shows for years. He played Carol Channing for 20 years. He does one solo shows as well. And he's done a lot of shows where he interviews people over the years. But now with the pandemic, he started his show online and interviews a lot of people. I've been on a show. I've been fortunate to be on a show as well. So here he is. I'm bringing him on now.
Happy New Year! And I have my very own Mindy doll. How are
Oh my
you?
gosh. Where did you get her?
Oh my God. Well, one of my very best friends in the world, who I love dearly, sent this to me. Her name is Mindy Fradkin. Some people know her as Princess Wow, but I know her as Princess Wow. You know, and for all of you out there, it's not Princess Wow, it's Princess Wow. And you have to use the jazz hands.
Right. And you have to have, the exclamation point at the end.
Right.
Thank
It's
you.
all about the exclamation point.
Right, exactly. Thank you, Richard, for saying all that.
I love her. And I also am drinking coffee out of my very own Smile Revolution Princess Wow mug.
And so we're clinking. We're clinking for Happy New Year. And the other side,
we're clinking. There we are.
The other side has smile balloons, and it says,
right.
May you give them a
balloons. You know, it's very interesting because every year, my New Year's Eve plan, I go to the party store up in Nanuet, and I get at least between 25 to 50 balloons, depending on whatever color theme I decide to use that year. As I'm going into the new year, it's all about gold. We're all going for the gold this year. So I always go and get the balloons, and they're all over the house. And the funny thing is that, you know, the next morning they start to deflate. So they start coming down in the ceiling. And, you know, our dog Horace, who passed away last August, used to love, you know, he would run through the house grabbing all the balloons as they would come down. So this year we didn't have any balloons. So thank you for your mug so that I've got my balloons always.
Oh, great. Oh, good. That's really neat, Richard. Thanks. And I'm wearing gold because Richard's wearing gold. But I thought for my dance party, I do sometimes wear this for my dance party, this outfit. You'll see it soon when I'm dancing. You can't only see a little bit right now, but it's a 1968 probably mini dress.
1968. Where were you in 1968?
1968, I was I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. So 1968, I was a kid in Baltimore.
And I was a kid in Conway, South Carolina.
But I used to spend a lot of time in New York City. I used to come up to New York because I had friends there. And my dad used to shop in New York City. So I used to be dragged up to New York. And I always loved New York so much, the energy. I was always like so inspired. And it was like, I knew I'd eventually be in New York.
Did you watch any of the coverage last night of New Year's Eve in Times Square? It's surreal, isn't it?
It was strange. It was very weird.
Yeah. Did you watch Anderson and Andy Cohen?
The two of them, and they were just getting bombed. And I don't know, but it was very strange, wasn't it?
You know, the funny thing about watching the two of them together, I think Andy Cohen, who of course comes from, you know, a more extreme cable channel, being on CNN, and Anderson Cooper must be shaking in his boots at all times, waiting for the shoe, not the ball to drop, the shoe to drop, because Andy Cohen does everything in his power to push those buttons, and I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen. Makes it
I know. I heard what he said about the mayor, because I never saw him before. I don't even know what show he had.
What did he say about the mayor? I missed that.
Oh, he totally blasted the mayor. Oh, you know, he trashed the mayor right on nationwide.
Wow.
I was like in shock. I couldn't believe he did that. I was like, whoa.
You know, I'm not taking sides with the mayor, whether you like him or not, but wouldn't you hate to be in his shoes?
Oh, it was terrible. And he was dancing with his wife. You saw that, right? He was dancing.
Oh, I missed all of that. I must have been.
Yeah, he was dancing with his wife, and then Andy completely trashed him.
Wow. Well, Andy, shame on you.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't even know about his show that he had before. I don't know anything about it.
Well, he has this show, People Are Talking, or whatever it's called.
Okay.
That's on the Broadway network. You know, I am not, and you know this about me, so I'm not saying anything you don't know, but I'm all about celebrating people. That's why I call myself Richard Skipper Celebrates.
Right.
And I don't understand. I know that for some people, they relish, they enjoy, they love knocking other people, making snide comments, knocking them. If I don't have anything good to say about somebody, I don't say anything at all, because why bother? You don't know what that person's going through. You
Right.
don't know. So for me, it's all about celebrating each other. And I believe that, and again, I'm not going to get political, especially on your show.
Right.
But
Yeah.
no, I don't go there. But so many people in this country right now are operating from fear instead of hope.
Right.
And we all have to hope. You have to hope that it's going to be better. One thing that I've always carried with me, and this year I'm reminded more than any other time in our lives, is that all we have is 24 hours. That's all we have.
All we have is the now, really. All we have is the present.
It's the now.
It's the now.
And the fact is that what can we each do, every one of us, within that 24-hour time frame,
Right.
that's going to make the world a better place?
Right.
And we have to think about that. As I've said before, you've heard me say this. You and I are not responsible as to whether other people are wearing their mask or not wearing their mask, or whether they're following the protocol or not following the protocol, or whether they vote or don't vote, or whatever it is that they're going through. We are not responsible. But what we are responsible for is how we respond to it.
Right.
And if everybody, my goal, one of my intentions for 2021 is to stay in my lane, keep my blinders on, and go for the prize that I want.
Right.
And that's the other thing. We need to stop focusing on what we don't want in our lives and start focusing on what we do want. And there are people that will complain about the president or the president-elect or something, and I have a dear friend, David Friedman, who is a brilliant songwriter. And during the lead up to the election, he said, instead of saying what you don't want, say why it is that you're voting for this person. And that's what we need to focus on.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good idea.
What is it that we want in our lives?
Yeah.
Instead of
everybody crashing.
yeah.
Right.
And that really is, and that I walk the walk and I talk the talk when it comes to that. That. That's my philosophy in life. And I have respect for other people. I don't play. I was talking earlier today about this. Like you and I are both in the theater, and you'll see some of these theater sites. Like, and I'm just going to throw some ideas out there. What show have you ever walked out of, or what show did you see that you thought the casting was bad? Or what song was in a show that you saw that you hated that song? Why do we even go there? Why can't we focus on those things that we like and that we want?
Right.
So,
right. But it's just a lot of people focus on the negative.
And this is a gold year.
Right. And we're in gold.
And we're going to go for the gold.
I even have gold earrings.
Yes. My curtains are changing on Tuesday. I've ordered them. I'm getting new gold curtains. I'm going all gold in the new year.
That's really cool. Yeah, that sounds great. I wanted to go over, I wrote some tips to help people smile.
Mm-hmm.
What we were just saying, stay in the present.
Mm-hmm.
Because really, the past is gone. The future isn't here. It's like, and it's also, I think this helps me a lot. Like sometimes when I feel pressured by time, I just think, okay, today you're just unfolding good.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing good, doing good. And that helps shift my thought out of time, like in terms of like, oh my God, like pressuring, I have a million things to do. You're just doing good every moment, and then look for the silver lining, because there always is a silver lining, or we could say gold lining today. And being grateful for any little thing. Like a lot of people, everyone's dealing with this in different ways, but it's like there's always something to be grateful for. even if it's something small. And watching comedies always helps. Laughter.
W.C. Fields is on Turner Classic Movies tonight.
Oh, I might have to watch that. Oh, great. I love Turner Classic. And then singing, whether you're a good singer or not, just sing in the shower, just sing. It's like uplifting.
And if you can invite people to join you when the pandemic is over in the shower, do that too.
Okay, Richard.
That'll make you smile.
Okay, good. Okay. And then learning something new. Like I've been learning the guitar this year and ukulele. I always wanted to, but like I never had time, time. It was like always in other things, but it's been so great. Learning something new is very inspiring.
And can I say something about that?
What?
You also learned StreamYard this year.
I learned StreamYard, this program I'm on right now. Mm-hmm. Richard, thankfully for Richard, helped me learn StreamYard. And pray or meditate. Dancing. We're gonna have a dance party soon. Dancing always uplifts and helps, shift your thought to a better place. Mm-hmm. Being kind. Mm-hmm. Stop condemning others, which is what we've been talking about. Being compassionate. And of course, everybody knows, take a walk. Sometimes if there's not that many places to go, but you can take a walk and that just like shifts your mind. And it's like nice to, even whether you're with somebody or not, it's just nice to get out and take a walk.
Well, I'll say something. The other last Sunday, CBS Sunday Morning, their program was a wrap up of the year and everything. And one of the things that the pandemic and COVID and lockdowns and everything have done to all of us this year is it's put us in a position where people have gotten frozen in their seats, and not getting up and doing anything. And the thing is that I am a real planner. I believe in setting goals. I believe in setting intentions. I believe in putting things. And even if you put on your calendar, like I have today, at 5:00, go for a walk.
Okay.
It's in my book. And even if you put on your calendar 7:00 tonight, make dinner. Whatever it is, watch Turner Classic Movies. It's putting something on paper.
Right.
And committing to doing it. Mm-hmm. And we all have to have something to look forward to.
Right.
I mean, we have to be in the present. The past is there as a reminder of where we've come from. And as we move forward with whatever it is that we're doing, we need to say, I'm moving towards something.
Right.
Away from something.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. I mean, I haven't written down making dinner or taking a walk, but for me, like having my show is just like has helped me this whole pandemic, because it's like, okay, this day I have my show, knowing that I have that and other things too, but I've never written down I'm making dinner at a certain time, but I'm not that structured.
With my own show, what I do is I don't do my show at the same time every time I do it. And the reason I don't do that is because it shakes my day up a little bit more. And it also shakes everyone else's days up a little bit more. I realize that sometimes when I do a 5:00 show on a Monday night, that there's an audience that can tune into that.
Right.
And maybe that audience that could not tune in at 5:00 on a Monday night may be able to tune in at 10:00 on a Saturday night. So, I just keep shaking it up a little.
Maybe I'm going to still do that. I mean, I haven't had a set schedule recently, but it's been different. But I was doing like a set schedule, I was doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 2:00 Eastern time, and then Wednesday and Friday. But recently it's been different. And so I don't know, I'm deciding what I'm doing going forward this year. So that's interesting. I noticed that you do it at different times and different days. So anyway, and then let's just see what else I have. Lenny Kravitz. He actually, a lot of different people last night on the show, the Times Square TV New Year's Eve show. They're different celebrities. If you didn't watch it, came on and sent videos in. And Lenny Kravitz, who I think is a really cool guy, a musician, said for the new year, he said, letting love rule, be in the moment and be of service. So I thought that was cool. I like that. Mm-hmm. And then what else here? I've got some quotes here. Oh, I have a smile quote that when I had my radio show years ago, This audience member sent this to me, and it was a plaque that they had from many years ago. And it says, smile. A smile is something nice to see. It doesn't cost a cent. A smile is something all your own. It never can be spent. A smile is welcome anywhere. It does away with frowns. A smile is good for everyone. It to ease life's ups and downs.
I love that.
Isn't that beautiful?
And think about how lucky those of us who can see smiles, how lucky we are. It was interesting because a friend of mine, and if he's watching, I'm going to out him without mentioning his name. But a few days ago, a friend posted on Facebook about how disgusted he was with the Christmas cards that he got this year, that he would open and the glitter would go everywhere. And he said, so he's made a choice that next year he's not going to open any of the Christmas cards that come his way because he's tired of cleaning up the glitter. Well, I love glitter.
I do too. You can see my eyes.
Yes.
I've got glitter on.
I've got, I had my...
And I'm wearing glitter. I mean, my vest is glitter. Yours glittery.
But as this person is complaining
about the
glitter pouring out of Christmas cards, think of all the people out there who would have loved to have gotten a Christmas card this year that didn't get one.
Right. Yeah.
That's what we have to look at.
Right. The glass half full, not empty.
Right.
So, well, that's sad that he is complaining about that. And then I found this other quote, Megan.
And you know what I also want to say about that?
What?
May that be his biggest worry of the year.
Right. Exactly. About the glitter going on the floor. That's oh well. Megan Rapinoe said, "This is my charge to everyone. We have to be better. We have to love more, hate less. We've got to listen more and talk less. It's our responsibility to make the world a better place."
One of my goals is each day to be better than I was yesterday.
Yeah, that's great.
And I look at those moments in my as my day goes on where perhaps I responded in a negative way to somebody, or that I got upset or angry about something, and then try to step back for a moment. At the end of the day, when you've already gone through it, you're not going to be able to do this when you're in the throes of it. But at the end of the day, step back and say, why did I respond that way? What made me go in that direction, as opposed to saying, okay, when it comes to success, think about this for just a moment, Mindy. It all boils down to one word. And that one word is yes. Yes, you can do that. Yes, you're allowed to do that. To me, success is being able to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, where I want to do it, how I want to do it, without having to seek permission from anyone else. That, to me, is the epitome of success. But when we go through life and, it's like what you do, it boils down to, think about this. Yes, I'm going to watch Mindy Fradkin this afternoon. Yes, I'm going to share with my friends that Mindy Fradkin is on. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm going to let people know about who Mindy Fradkin is. Yes, I'm going to make a donation to feedingamerica.org. That's what it's all about. Or we could say, no, I'm not going to watch that. No, I'm not going to be a part of that. Years ago, I saw an interview with William Shatner. And this was when he was 80 years old. He was doing the Priceline commercials. His autobiography came out. He had a one-man show on Broadway. And they said, what do you attribute to your success? And he said, I get out of the house. I get out. Now we can't do that.
Right.
But you can still take that attitude.
Well, we're doing it online.
And do it online.
We're doing what we can do now.
Right.
Right. So now that's great. I like that. And success means different things to different people anyway. It's all relative, really.
Well, what does it mean to you?
Well, actually, right now, like just being able to do my show and like utilizing my talents to help other people and to focus on how I can make people smile, to me is huge. I mean, the fact that I've been able to do this, and so many people have told me what a difference it's made in their life during the most difficult time ever that we've experienced in our lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's success. I mean, I feel like so fortunate that I'm able to use all my talents, and that I've been disciplined enough to be able to say, okay, I'm gonna do this, however many times a week. And for me, I feel like if I died tomorrow, I'm being honest, if I died tomorrow, I feel like I've been a success.
Me
Just
too.
from that alone, that's how I feel. Just the fact that I can say during the pandemic, when everybody was going through the worst period, I was able to bring the Smile Revolution show to people. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I thought that's like, I mean, what better thing I could do with my.
But how many times have you heard over the past year, I can't wait until things are back to normal. I can't wait until I have my life back. I can't wait until fill in the blank.
Right.
This is it, folks.
This is your life. This is our life right now.
This is our life right now.
Right.
And the fact that you and I are both sitting here on the first day of a new year says that we made it through this past year.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, we pause and we think of those people who didn't make it.
Yeah.
Because there were many that didn't.
Right.
And you know this about me, I'm a very empathetic person.
Mm-hmm.
And I sit and I watch the news at night and I cry over the fact that so many families have lost this year. But when I look at what I have, I live in a comfortable home. I'm not starving.
Yeah.
I have my friends. I'm able to do this with you today.
I know.
And there's so many people sitting around twiddling their thumbs going, oh my God, it's New Year's Day. This was a horrible year, blah,
Right.
blah, 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 blah. If you've been touched personally by everything, and I can speak for Mindy as well, I think I can, our hearts go out to you.
Yeah.
If you've lost your business, if you've lost your work, if you've lost a loved one. But at the same time, you've got to hold on to those things that we do have.
I mean, I'm sitting here like, a lot of people I know are married, and, you're married, and so many people have their mates, their partners, and they have their kids, their families, whatever. And that's wonderful. I'm divorced.
For some it is. I mean, it is for me.
What?
I said, for some it is.
It's good. I mean, there are people who are not in good marriages or good partnerships, and that's not good either. There's a lot of domestic violence up. I know that too. But, I'm here with my cat Tiggy, and so that's been hard, but yet having my cat Tiggy has saved my life too.
Yes.
And of course, God, I'm very prayerful. So I'm like praying. I pray all the time. I'm praying all the time. But the thing is that having my cat has just saved my life so much too, because having her during lockdown, oh my God, I don't know how I would have done it without her.
And I will say that
animals are a big help, and you have animals.
I have animals, and taking an animal into your life is a responsibility. And if you're able to do it, I say it's the greatest gift in the world, not only for yourself, but for the pets. If you're able to do it.
You're able to, right.
And, and some people right now are bringing pets into their homes because they want that kind of an affection. But if you're in a position where you don't know where your next meal is going to come from.
Right. You can't have an animal. Right.
Don't bring an animal into your home.
I know. You have to feed them and take care of them and buy them litter or whatever, whether it's cat or dog. It's a big responsibility. But I'm grateful that I've had Tiggy, and she's such a comfort. I mean, anyway, we all have different problems and issues, but I'm grateful that I was able to do this show today. It felt like the right thing for New Year's Day this year. And I'm going to actually go to my next segment. I'm going to bring you on. We're going to have some closing thoughts at the end of my show, but I'm going to now introduce my next segment, which is my new friend who's been a big influence in my life actually recently, Stpehen Kalinich. I've been learning to say his name right. Kalinich, like spinach. So Stphen is an acclaimed poet, songwriter, and painter, and he's written with Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys and Dennis Wilson and Paul McCartney, And I don't know, he's like amazing guy. He's very inspired, and he inspires me. And so what I'm going to do next is I have one of his songs, his poems that I'm going to play after this, but this is going to be the dance party section. And it's called Scrambled Eggs. And he wrote this with, I love the title. It's the title of the album. He wrote this with John Tiven. And John Tiven's amazing too. I read his biography, his website. He's an amazing guy too. I'll just put up their websites and everybody's sites. So I'm going to read just a little bit of Scrambled Eggs, a little bit of the lyrics. Roll out the concertos. Let the symphonies begin. Let your unblocked potential in. Express emotions and feelings. You don't have to have perfect time. You just have to have feelings and convey them sublime. Trying to act so chill and cool so no one plays you for the fool. No thought of a future, yet today is all I have. Never anticipating things could get bad. Scrambled eggs, Niagara Falls, too young to fly, too old to crawl. You want to keep those memories alive. You want to move than just survive. You want more than just to survive. Scrambled eggs, aroma everywhere, timeless moments at the beach, hope is in the air. That's just some of the lyrics. And now I'm going to go into my, let's see, I'm going to be playing it here. And Richard, Richard will come back on after my two segments with Stevie. Okay. Now I'm staying on, and let's see here. I'm still figuring this all out. Okay. So now I'm moving my chair. And what we're going to do now is if anybody wants to dance, you're welcome to. And I'm going to dance and do a little hat show.
Scrambled eggs. Roll out the concertos. Let the symphonies begin. Let your unblocked potential in. Express emotions and feelings. You don't have to have perfect time. You just have to have feelings and convey them. Sublime. Try to touch your cool. So no one plays you for a fool. Scrambled eggs, sweet potato pies. One day you could come and that your life will go by too fast. And all of us do not last. Going to parties, no goals in sight. But you cannot wait to find a night.
Somebody will say hi.
Today is all you have. Never anticipating things could get bad. Scrambled eggs, Niagara Falls, too young to fly, too old to crawl. Wanna keep these memories alive. Wanna do more than just survive. Scrambled eggs, aroma everywhere. Time is over at the beach. Possibilities in all directions. Seeking joy, almost perfection. New worlds to conquer, an endless quest for pleasure without limit. Rooms that never seem to end. Waking up excited, ready to experience each new day. All of life is chuckling enthusiasm, holy captive in its own sway. Scrambled eggs, sweet potato pie. Too young to laugh and too old to cry. The life will go by way too fast. All of us do not last. Scrambled eggs, Niagara Falls. Too young to fly, too old to crawl. Keep these memories alive.
Scrambled eggs, pie. Eggs, scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs. Eggs, scrambled eggs. Okay. Whoop. Okay. Sometimes I get the ads. Okay. Now I'm into another hat that I made. Okay. So let's see here. My next segment. Wait, I got one more thing. Stpehen Kalinich. I have to show you. Okay, I'm going to play this poem of his that he wrote with Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys, who was a huge band in the 60s. And a lot of people, I'm sure, have heard of them. And some people maybe haven't. You should look them up, the Beach Boys. So Stephen wrote this with Brian Wilson. It's a really great poem. So I'm going to play that next and then finish off with Richard and I with closing comments. So here we go.
Be still is a thought to live by. Be still and know you are. Be still and listen to your heartbeat. Feel it pumping blood and energy and life into every cell in your body. Know that your life is meant for joy, that you are meant to grow sturdy like the tall oak tree. Know that like the flower takes the sun and wind and rain and eventually blossoms, your life too must go through many changes. You must take in many thoughts and much experience before you blossom. Be still and know that your life is meant for joy, and know that creation is meant for joy. All life, from the tiny one-cell life to the unimaginable life of the galaxies and planets, is moving toward a better and higher state of life for mankind. Be still and know that it's also deep within your heart. As you hear and feel your heartbeat, feel all life from millions of years in the past to life in the glorious future. Feel they are now alive in you, that you are now partaking in this life with no beginning and no end. When the individual that you are becomes ashes, the soul that lives in you will live on forever. Be still and know that life is beautiful. Are not the oceans and snow-capped mountains beautiful? Is not the little child learning to walk and sing and cry and grow beautiful? Be still and know that a seed becomes a tree. A seed becomes all life. Within one seed, we come to realize that we have all sprung forth from love. A tree, as it grows from the seed, develops patience and courage and strength. There are many phases in the seed's development when it feels it cannot go on, but it keeps growing on into a full-grown tree. And then again it goes back to life to blossom again in some other form. Be still and know that the child in the womb grows little arms and legs and a heart, and he is the beginning of the future, the beginning of what will come after him. But in what comes after him, he will still be alive as blood. Be still and know that each child is his mother and father, yet more. He is an individual who will experience suffering and pain and sorrow and growth and joy. Now is the time. Life begins. Billions of flowers and plants grow and begin their journey. Their path is simple. Be still and know that man too must take that simple path, and love will set him free. He must live in harmony with himself and life, and love will set him free. Be still and know you are. Know that where you are, all life was formed from a void. Know that where you are, you can plant seeds for the future. The thoughts and actions that you have now, the smiles, the good thoughts, the love that you give to your brothers and sisters, know that all this is a part of God. Be still and know you are. Be still, be still, be still, and listen to the stirrings within your own heart.
Wasn't that beautiful? He's so amazing. I just love his work. Well, that was with Brian Wilson, Stpehen Kalinich. practicing the name Kalinich. I think I finally got it. Okay, so let's see here. Richard Skipper is coming back on. Okay.
Incredible.
Wasn't that amazing?
How did you discover him?
Through a very dear friend of mine in Los Angeles, who's been in the entertainment world like 40 years. And he's, I don't know, we're talking one day and all of a sudden Steven's name just came out of his mouth. And I'm like, well, how do you spell that? And it's like, in the next minute, I'm literally looking him up on Facebook. And we had like 36 mutual musician friends, but he didn't even, my friend who told me about him wasn't even on there, wasn't even on his Facebook friend. He even know that that's who invited me to, and we immediately clicked. And he has a great sense of style. He wears hats all the time and he's like dresses real colorful and he has like a really cool style. And so it's like I connect with him on a lot of levels. And he's very spiritual, as you can see. And it's like he's so talented and so inspirational. And I'm meeting all these new musicians through him. And it's like I'm like entering this whole new world with him. And
listening to this, I mean, it's a meditation.
Yeah.
These are. Does he have meditation tapes?
I'll have to ask him. But he's if you go on YouTube, he's got a lot of these. Like, okay, that poem he wrote in 1968. He was a kid. And when he moved to LA in the 60s and he met the Beach Boys and he started collaborating with them with songs and poems. So that, I think he wrote that in 68, I think. Wow. And then there's a whole collection of them on his YouTube channel. So you should look him up. I posted his website and you can find his YouTubes and, or I can send it to you or I can post it. And no, he has a bunch of them. And then there's so many that are just so incredible. I know. So he's my new friend and I'm really grateful. And he's definitely, and I'm meeting all these new musicians who he works with too, through him. And he's promoting my show with all his people. And, he grew up with Carney Wilson, Brian Wilson's daughter grew up with him because he wrote Little Bird with Brian Wilson or Dennis Wilson in 68 when she was born. So I think he's like, they're very close. She grew up, she says Stevie, everybody calls him Stevie, who's friends with him. He's like the most unique person she's ever known.
Wow.
Yeah. So
anyway, it was beautiful.
Really cool. That's exciting. This just came to me I just met him just a few weeks ago and I feel like I've known him forever.
Wow.
So it's really exciting. So I wanted to share this really quick. And then this is my longest show I've had. So we're almost in an hour, but it's New Year's Day, so it's fine. In this book, Love Skills for Personal and Global Transformation, Dr. Scott Peck and Shannon Peck, they were on my radio show years ago. And they have a chapter called Smile with Love. And it says, when you smile, the love in your heart becomes visible. The genuineness and warmth of your smile gives an assurance that all is well. One smile wipes out a world of loneliness, doubt, and fear. Now, of course, the Dalai Lama said there's 16 kinds of smiles. We're only talking about genuine smiles here, of course, with love. And I know we're wearing masks, but you can still smile and it's like your eyes will smile and you can raise your eyebrows and you can wave, or if you're home, if you're at home with your family, you can smile too, which is actually important. And so it says, why don't we smile more? What would cause you to withhold the gift of your smile? Be aware today of anything that would talk you out of giving your smile. So, yeah. So, I don't smile all the time. Some people do, but I've learned it's like I've overcome a lot in my life and I'm still working on it, but it is about giving and receiving smiles.
Wow. I was very lucky. I'm just going to grab one picture here because I was very lucky. And this, to call Carol Channing friend. And here she is with Betty White. And in my office, I'm surrounded by pictures. You've been in my office, so Mindy.
Uh-huh.
My office is covered with pictures of Carol Channing. And yet she's smiling at everyone.
Oh, she always has a beautiful smile.
She always had this big smile.
A big, huge smile.
And there's, and she, and I was very fortunate to call her friend. And as I'm looking around the room and I'm looking at these pictures right now, I'm just reminded that was her essence. That smile.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And when you think of her, you remember the big smile she always gave everybody. So yeah, is there anything else you wanted to say in closing?
Well, a couple of things. I want to thank you because you too have been a bright light in this year for myself and for so many other people, as you know. You know, you've come out and created magic in the midst of crazy days when we were dealing with craziness in the world, craziness of the pandemic, everything. My message for everybody going into 2021 is to stay in your lane, keep your blinders on as well as your mask, and keep your eye on the prize. Keep your eye on the prize as to what it is that you want in your life. And if I can just give a quick plug, if you don't mind.
Oh, sure.
I do a series called Richard Skipper Celebrates. My next one is tomorrow afternoon at 2:00. And I'm celebrating Barbara Malley, who is a cabaret singer. She's in her 80s, and she came into this world very late in life and has an amazing story. So I'm celebrating her tomorrow.
Okay.
But if your followers like what they see with me and what I do, please go to my page on YouTube, Richard Skipper Celebrates, and subscribe. And you know, you don't have to watch all of them, or you can watch them when you want. I have a friend who binge watches the shows. But you know, I'm all about celebrating, and I hope that your followers will join me on this journey.
I'm going to put up your website. I've got everybody's website from today.
But go to my YouTube channel.
Yeah, I need people to go to mine too. Actually, Princess Wow. I'm like new on my YouTube channel. I've just recently been doing my show on Expand from Facebook.
I'm a subscriber.
Thank you. I need more subscribers. If anybody will subscribe, Princess Wow, WOW, as you say, on my YouTube channel, because I'm just, it's just I just recently been promoting it, and so that would be great if people can go to mine too. Thank you. And Richard's been helping me promote my YouTube channel as well. So thanks, Richard.
Thank you.
And I'm really super happy that you were joining me today. It was wonderful.
Oh my God, I had a blast. This is fun.
I know. It's been so great. And I hope that everybody enjoyed the show or watch. Oh, there goes Mini Mindy.
She is.
Isn't she cute? She is cute.
I love this. Well, I'll tell you, Mindy told me that she had something that she was sending me in the mail. And I have to be honest with you, I was expecting lemon square cookies.
Oh, yeah, because I said, right, because you said you wanted, because I did a baking show of lemon squares, and Richard's like, I love lemon.
Oh, my God, I love it. I'm
going to send them to you. And then you're like, oh, don't worry. I can say, I'll send them to you. And then you're like, oh, don't worry. You said, no, it's okay. Don't worry about it. So
when this arrived in the mail, I was so thrilled. I'm going to share something else with everyone. May I? Give me a second.
Okay, yeah.
So, because she's got a friend, this is my other doll.
Oh, yeah, right.
This is my Carol Channing doll.
It's Carol and I. It's Carol and
yes. This doll was made for Carol Channing, and it traveled with her when she was doing Dolly.
Oh, wow.
It always sat on her dressing room table, and her assistant sent this to me.
Oh, I didn't know that.
When she stopped performing.
Wow.
And so I have it. So
here's my other Mindy doll.
So they keep each other company.
Oh, that's really neat. I didn't know. Oh, that's great. Carol and Mindy.
And they have become very good friends.
Oh, and that's great. Oh, that's great. And that's so cool. And of course, she has her smile bag, like her mom.
Of course.
Yes. So anyway, I think we're going to say au revoir to everyone, and so glad you join us today. And if you have
till next time, Mindy.
What?
I said say till next time.
Till next time. Oh, so till next time. I'm not sure. I'll let you all know when my next show is. In the meantime, if you want to if you're watching this live on replay, if you want to share anything about what helps make you smile during the pandemic, and what good has come out of this year for you, that would be wonderful to hear, because I know we haven't really been asking anybody any questions. Actually, we've been really more talking, or I've been sharing, uplifting songs and stuff and dancing. But if you want to share anything, even on my later, whatever good
I
is.
have an idea. Can I throw out an idea?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, everyone who watched the show today, I want you to go to, I always end every show, as you know, by
Right.
telling everyone to go out and do something nice for somebody else without expecting anything in return.
Right. I love that.
So this is what I want everybody who's watching to do today. I want you to subscribe to Mindy's YouTube channel,
Princess Wow.
Princess Wow,
Mhm.
and I want you to put in the comments of this show, what made you smile today?
Oh, that's a good idea.
What makes you smile, but what made you smile today? And I bet you, Mindy, that a lot are going to say you.
Oh, well, do you like my new lavender hair?
I love it.
Isn't it great?
I
I know
love
I added more lavender. I've been wanting to have lavender hair for like 2 years. It's my real hair. Roland said he thought it was a wig, because I have a lavender wig. And it's like, no, this is my real hair. But I've been wanting to go lavender for like 2 years.
Now, what's your process? How do you do that?
Well, since the pandemic, I used to have my hair bleached at this beauty school, but then I had to do it myself. So you have to bleach it really white, and then I put lavender on it. I put the color just in the front.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now I've been doing it myself, because in the pandemic, everything was shut down. I had to start doing the bleaching myself.
Is it okay on your hair to do that?
What?
There's no damage or anything to the hair.
I got bleach, has a lot of good stuff in it. It's not like regular, like it's still bleach, but it has like a lot of like vitamins and stuff, good stuff in it. So I've just learned how to do this myself. And then, so
it looks great. I love it.
Well, anyway, I'll let you go. I'll let everybody go off and do their thing.
Review.
And then Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Made some point in 2021. We have the pandemic goes away, and we're going to celebrate big time. This time next year, we're going to have a great big celebration. And we have our, click. And I love you all very much. Thank you all.
I love you so much.
And I love Richard. I love everybody. And be well, and we'll talk to you soon.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone. Love you. Bye. Okay. Oh, great. Love you. Bye. Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.